Okay. One thing. I do want you to realize that, like, say on this quiz, 27. There was only 31 points you could have earned. I gave you 9 for free. And there's some things that are biting us that we're going to stop and address today. Okay. Number one, remember this stuff where you had to write down everything from that one section? That was your homework. This is exactly what it was saying, is that the top of it has to be a factor of my constant, and the bottom has to be a factor of my leading coefficient. Okay? I would have even accepted factor of constant and factor of leading coefficient. But that's how you come up with and do stuff like number 2. All the factors of 6 over all the factors of 2. So all the factors of 6 over 1, 1, 2, 3, 6. All the factors of 6 over 2, so that gets you 2 additional ones, but you could also list all those over 2. And those are free points if you just kind of put that together. 3. I am growing increasingly concerned that you guys are really struggling to factor. You're really struggling to factor. The number of people that are struggling with turning this into this 2x plus 3x minus 2, I mean, it's like 2/3 or 75% of you. So we're going to stop and we're going to work on that today. I know that you guys find your solutions in a different way with this, with the product and the sum, but you're not linking that together with the ability to factor. So we're either going to have to figure out how to link those together, or you're just going to have to figure out the other way of factoring, because it's just obviously a concern. Okay. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, you could use whatever you want, because actually there's 4 things to find, and it doesn't matter which one you find first. Okay, it's just that, like, when I found 1 and -1, I had this 2x squared minus x minus 6 left over, where your leftover would have been different, like 2x squared plus 5x plus 6. Okay, and then that factors. It's going to factor the same as this all together when you get it all done. Okay. So, and we'll cycle back to that, and we will work on that. Okay. I intended you guys to multiply these out, but I don't think I ended up taking off too much. If you didn't, it was. But anyway, so you have x minus 3, not x plus 3. Had some people do x plus 3. It's what can I plug in to make it 0? I can plug in 3 to make it 0, so it needs to be x minus 3. This plus or minus 2 comes from the fact that it's x plus 2, x minus 2, which would be x squared x squared minus 4. This one I intended to do both conjugate roots, but I did not state that explicitly, so I allowed other things. 5, that's when your degrees are the same. When your degrees are the same, then you have your horizontal asymptote a sub n over b sub m, but it only happens when the powers are the same. So I'm trying to kind of make sure we understand some concepts and some theory here as well. This one here, vertical asymptotes. Again, there's another factoring thing. So I have 4 and -3. This one, if I factor the bottom, is 2 and -2. And then I get something that looks like this. Excuse me. And I just patted my microphone. 7. This one, there's actually 4 different parts to this, so kind of a half point each. Had to have a horizontal asymptote at 3. Had to have a horizontal asymptote at 0. You had to have a 4 on the top to give you the potential for a horizontal asymptote at 4. And then your degrees had to be the same. Because if your degrees aren't the same, then you'll either have a slant asymptote or you'll have a asymptote of 0. So it needs to be x squared over x squared. So what that yields is 4x squared over x squared minus 3x. And then those terms battle it out, and it'll take you to 4. Okay. So where is this one 0? I multiplied. I think that we need to do better with showing our work in a nice organized fashion. Here I'm multiplying by x plus 3 over x plus 3. I found a common denominator. I could have killed all the fractions on this one if I wanted to, because I just want to know where it's 0. I don't care about where it's undefined. I just want to know where it's 0. So then my negative 4, that trips some people up. It needs to be a minus 12. And then I set the top equal to 0 and solve it, and I get 2. Okay, 9. 9, you can kill fractions here if you want. You can follow my lead. And then I get down to here. And I would say the large majority of you got to here, but then couldn't factor. Okay? So this one, it's another example of we need to get better at that skill. And I can't even begin to tell you how important factoring is. Okay? So why does this factor like it does? 3x squared. Negative 8. And then my center terms, 2x, negative 12x, that adds up to negative 10x. Okay? That can be a trial and error thing. And if you guys want to, if somebody in here that's really good at factoring using you guys' methods, if you want to try and explain it to the class, you definitely can. But I'm going to try and explain my method as well. But bottom line, we have to be able to factor for several different reasons. Okay? It was on number 6, number 9, number 10. Number 10, just move your 5 over. And again, a lot of people struggled with factoring that. Okay? 2x times x gives me x squared. Negative 1 times 5 gives me negative 5. I have a negative 1x and a positive 10x gives me a 9x. Okay? And then this one, it's intervals. It's when is that greater than 5? It's going to be values of x. You know, this streak here will work. This streak here won't work. So it's from negative infinity to, I'm sorry, you can't see my answer. Negative infinity to negative 5. And also 1/2 to infinity. Excuse me. Sorry. And then this one, some more factoring. Some of you guys, I've really struggled following what you're doing. And if I can't follow it, the chances are you can't follow it. So try and be nice and organized. Here, I'm multiplying to find a common denominator. So I get this 4x plus 4, 2x, and I get this right here. Some people just looked at the top. Now, when it's greater than 0, then the bottom, whether the bottom's positive or negative, definitely impacts when it's greater or less than 0. So we've got to consider the bottom as well. So then I go ahead and pick my negative 1, my 4/3, my 6. I do my positive negative test strip things. And then 12, why do I have vertical asymptote? because you've got a divide by 0 happening somewhere. Whenever you're dividing by 0, you have, it gets really close to 0, so it makes the whole value just explode. Asymptote, you guys got that right. That's nice.
Sorry, what was 12?
12, you have a divided by 0 potential, okay? Because you might end up with 0 on the bottom or dividing by 0. Bonus B, very happy with, we had probably 3 people get that right.
I'm one of them.
That's good. Good job, buddy. Who else got it right? So 1, 2, I think Sam got it right too. So about a fourth, okay? So this thing, you can just, here's what I do. I just make a number line, and on each number, each 0, I put that's a single. 4/3, that's a fifth. 0, that's a double root. -6, that's a third root. So on evens, you're not going to change sign. On odds, you're going to change sign. So this is going to end positive. It'll switch because that's a single. It'll switch because that's an odd. It'll stay the same because it's a double. And then it'll switch because it's an odd. Okay. C, I put down, I like to spend time on the couch with my dogs. Probably too much so. And like to work out in the shop. I don't have any projects going right now. I probably need to get one going, so I spend more time out there. But, okay, first of all, let's decide when this retake deadline is. So this is going to be on Q1. So it'll count as, let's see, these are all done. Okay. So it'll count as your, I'm doing that so it leaves plenty in Q2. So if you haven't retaken anything, you can get up to a 90. If you've retaken something, you can get up to 80, yada, yada, yada. What is this, 2 point what? 2.4. Okay, today's Monday the 20th. I'll go next Tuesday. So that'd be the 28th. But you know what? I'd recommend doing it this week. Otherwise, you're going to forget stuff. Okay? Okay. Okay? Okay. But here's my thing. And you guys may argue with me, and who knows, you may be right, but I still think that with really good homework becomes really good quiz grades, or much better quiz grades. So that's where I think your potential needs to be, is just really make sure you do your homework well, and yes, sir.
We should be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're supposed to get back at 1:30.
Where is this? Central Community College? Thank you.
But I won't be here at all Wednesday.
Okay. So homework. I think I'm going to start taking a look at that, because it seems like we're not making the adjustment that I need to make, that you guys need to make. So here's what I want to do. I know not everybody needs this, and actually, you know what? Before we even go to this, say if I have because I hate to totally abandon what you guys have done, but for some of you guys, it's not working for you at all to factor. So if I go something like 2x squared minus x minus 3, okay? Somebody that's good at factoring this using the old method, can you explain to the class how you do it?
Yep.
Go.
Not you, bro. All right. No. So,
Go.
can I write it down?
You can do whatever you want, as long as it gets the class to be able to factor, because like I said, Gunther did it totally different, and I'm not saying that's bad, but we're not making the conversion. Okay? So what's F stand for?
Factors.
Factors.
Yep. Of -6 that add up to -1.
Okay.
And it would be. Yep.
So you guys you're doing a trial and error of all the factors to get your sum right.
Yep.
Okay.
So it'd be that.
Okay.
-3 times 2 equals 6, and -3 plus 2 equals -1.
But you're not done, bro.
I know. Just wait, Rolo. I'm still teaching. Then you divide by 2 because you have this right here in front of the x. Then you would slide it over, so 2x minus 3. And then this would go to just 1. Then
Okay. So when there's a fraction, you slide it over.
Yeah, that's what we were taught. I mean,
Okay.
it doesn't do much. If it's equal to 0, you can just
yeah,
add
you
that.
can just add 3 halves and it would be the same thing.
Okay. Well, but you know, like, so on the left one, you're sliding it over because it doesn't give you an integer, but the right one, you're not sliding it over, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then
Interesting.
all for 0 equal to
Yep. From there, I think we're all right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. And I seriously do appreciate that. So if, regardless, you've got to get where you can factor things. It's going to be, it's getting to the point right now where it's almost like whether you can dribble a basketball and go out for basketball or not. Okay? This is something you've got to get figured out. Okay? And I'm in an awkward position because you guys do it totally differently than I do, because this, I don't know, I have a ton of respect for Mrs. Gunther, so I'm not going to stand here and say she did it poorly. It's just really different than what I've ever seen. But I did see one of the textbooks kind of do that, so that's probably where it came from. So you got the factors of -6, and that comes from here and here, and the sum has to be -1. That's got to come from there. So you get that, and then divide by 2, and then if it doesn't divide evenly, you kick the 2 to the front. If it does divide evenly, you just leave it. Right? Okay. There seems to be a little hocus pocus in there for me to be comfortable with it, but that's and you know, people are. I should probably be doing this on that because I'm recording. Doesn't really work very well, does it?
I think they understand it.
Well, I think both those two.
Okay. So, yeah. So, but let me talk about the way that I do it. Everything I do, I should say, everything I do is grounded in how it works and why it works. So if I say something like 2x squared minus x, was it minus 3? Okay. I'm just trying to write the two things that multiply together to give me 2x squared minus x minus 3. I'm doing the same thing as if like I have 6 and I'm trying to factor it. Well, that's 2 and 3. Okay? This, if I factor this into two things that I can multiply together to give me 2x squared minus x minus 3, then I know I'm right. My only options are with 2x squared, 2x and x. It's my only option. So that's, boom, piece of cake. I don't know which is which here yet. And my only option for this 3 is 3 and 1. Is that right? No, it's not. Why is it not right? Well, let's take a look at it. Now, this is just trial and error. This one, first of all, my 2x squared is right, my negative 3 is right, but my 3x and negative 2x, that gives me x. Is that what I want in the middle? No. So the only thing that's wrong is it's the opposite of what I want. So we just go back up here and flip my signs. So now this I don't really care how you do it, but at the very least you need to be able to take what you've factored and make sure it multiplies out. I've got people taking a trinomial, writing down a factored form, and it's not close to anything that would multiply out to give me 2x squared minus x minus 3. Okay? So like in this case, let's take a look at it. 2x squared, check. Negative 3, check. So negative 3 and positive 2, check. Okay? One of the ones in particular that I'm thinking of, and I'm not upset or anything. I'm just into problem solving mode because we've got to get this figured out. One of the big ones that gave you grief was 2x squared plus 9x minus 5. I had people writing something like x minus 10 and x plus 2 or something like that. I forget what it was. But 1? Okay. And right there, that doesn't multiply out to give me what I started with. X times x doesn't give me 2x squared. Negative 10 times 1 doesn't give me negative 5. So the thing that this person forgot to do was to what? Divide by 2? Okay. And so this one, since that divides evenly, leave it. And this is x minus 1/2, or x plus 1/2. This is just cumbersome in my opinion. And then this, we don't like fractions. So x minus 5 times 2x plus 1.
Well, should it be plus 5?
Plus 5, yep. Plus 5 and minus 1. So here's the deal. Let's go back to what I like to do. And you guys can adopt whatever you want, but you've got to cross this bridge to success somehow. Okay? 2x, x. 5, I've only got a couple options. 5 and 1, does that give me what I want? No. 5 and negative 2, not even close. Okay? So let's flip them. 1 and 5, does that give me what I want? Kind of, right? I get 1 and negative 10. That gives me negative 9, so like I heard, you need to switch the signs. Okay? So I will, now that I understand a little bit more of the hocus pocus that gets you to the answer, I can go ahead and share that on occasion, but I'm going to show you mine as well. Okay? But we have to get to that point. That is all there is to it. Okay? Otherwise we're gonna stumble, because some of you guys, it was like 4, 5, 6 points off of this, which is like 15%. So come grab one. What's interesting is our two opposing methodologies are really, 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 really similar in some ways. Okay? Like on this, I'm doing the books never written side. The books never written side. Okay? Like this one, it's factors of 12 to add up to 7. Well, I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing x. I got to think of factors of 12. 1, 12, 2, 6, 3, 4. I need a 7, so plus 3 plus 4. Okay? And then obviously our answers are going to be negative 3 and negative 4. But we have got to get this hurdle cleared somehow. Okay? So right now, this is by far our biggest weakness. So I think it behooves us to just spend some time on it. Okay? So right now, that's what you need to do.
Do this whole thing?
Yes.
Can we do it our way, or do you want us to do it your way?
I don't care
Okay.
as long as you can do it.
Okay.
Okay? Because right now we've got a strong subset of the population that can't do it either way. So I'm just going to leave this for the people that are gone. The Sams. It's so much quieter here today. I don't know why.
Samantha's gone.
Oh, okay. Okay, that probably explains it. Now the first five are going to be really pretty straightforward, but then when you have that leading coefficient, something other than 1, and then you're going to have to start putting your hocus pocus to the test.
Big Halloween guy.
Oh,
This is a great movie.
now I know that some of you guys are okay with this, but a little extra practice won't kill you. But hopefully you understand why I'm slamming on the brakes and saying, get out of the car. Work on this for a while. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. There's really not much else.